how to paint your underhood components flat black and have it look factory correct. Let's get into it. Howdy folks, Troy with V-Twins the V8s, and I'm coming on today to do a tutorial about detailing under your hood mostly your black, flat black components that are underneath your hood. This is really common on GM cars, Chrysler cars, and Ford cars. In the 50s, 60s, and into the 70s, there were certain components that were underneath the hood, whether it be brackets, heater boxes, fender skirts, things of that nature, that were painted a flat black color. So we've all gone to the car shows and we've seen the guys with their hoods open, and you go from car to car and you look at all of these cars and under the hood, and there's certain ones that you look at and it just looks the way it's supposed to be. Some cars you go to, the flat black is kind of dead. It doesn't have any shine to it at all, and it's kind of dusty. And then you go to another guy's car, and maybe the black underneath his hood is like a super gloss black, and that doesn't look right either. And then you go to a car, and everything's just right. So in other words, there's just enough shine to it to make it look nice and sparkly and clean, but not so much to blind you and not be so flat that it's collecting all kinds of dust. There's kind of like a sweet spot, a Goldilocks zone, as to how flat or how shiny it should be. And I'm going to show you today what to use and how to achieve that super right gloss, so when you pop your hood at the show, it looks the way it should. So how do you get that Goldilocks gloss versus flat look, and be able to do it consistently every time, regardless if you painted it today, next month, next week, whatever it may be? Years ago, we used to take and add a flattening compound to the black to make it flat black. And it was the amount of flattening compound that you put in adjusted it. So what happened was you kind of played with it and you got it where you thought you wanted it, and then it would dry, and then you'd look at it and be like, well, it's too flat or it's too glossy, and then you'd have to do it again. Or you painted a bunch of components and you liked it, and then the next time it was maybe just a little bit different. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a product to use that basically takes all of the mystery out of it, and it has the right level of gloss versus flat, and it works great for everything. So the product that I like to use to get that proper gloss for my underhood show car components and frames and splash shields and brackets and all that is I use SEM's Hot Rod Black. This stuff is great. It comes in a kit, and it comes with a quart of the finish, and then you get a pint of the catalyst and a pint of the reducer, and you mix this in a 4:1:1 ratio. You spray it on, 2 coats, and then when it dries, the next day you look at it, and it is exactly what you want it to be. It's a black that has the right shine, the right look, and it's catalyzed, so it's solid and you can clean it. You don't have to worry about it being softened by spraying some type of a cleanser under the hood or pressure washing or whatever. It's a catalyzed product, which makes it a solid after it's dried. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to use this product, and I'm going to spray some components that I have for my Imperial project here. So I have some heater box components that I want to have the right gloss, so I'm going to use some of this product. So the first thing I had to do was get my parts prepped. I sandblasted them. I primed them with House of Color, my direct-to-steel primer that I like to use, and I did it in a black because I'm going over it with a black. Then I prepped it by sanding it with a red scuff pad or 400 grit dry, blew it all off, washed it down with some House of Color KC10 to get it clean, and then I have my components in my spray booth ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Hot Rod Black and I'm going to mix it in a 4 parts to 1 part ratio, put it in the gun, and I'm going to apply it to these components. You'll be able to watch me do this. I will wear a helmet cam so that you can see me spray. Alright folks, so here we are. We've got our bench set up over here. I've got my paint, I've got my gun, and I've got a graduated cup that is going to give me my 411. We're going to mix 4 parts of the Hot Rod Black. We're going to mix 1 part of the catalyst, and we're going to mix 1 part of the reducer. And then over here, I've got my heater box all ready to go. I also have this inner piece to my heater box that goes on the firewall, along with another bezel and a drain piece that we're going to get done with today. So I'm going to put on the helmet cam. I'll mix up this finish, and we'll apply our first coat. So it's going to be 2 coats of this, with about 15 minutes in between. We have a room that is approximately 75 degrees with low humidity, which is exactly what we want to have. So we're going to get at it.
Alright folks, we're back. Our paint is all dried. I want to go over a little bit with you as far as the cleanup with the gun. Any of this material that you activated with the catalyst has to be discarded, has to be thrown away. It's going to harden. You can't put it back in the can, so please don't do that. Everything else, you can just close it up and put it back in the box, put it on the shelf, whatever. It'll stay for quite a while. Clean your gun out with lacquer thinner. Disassemble it, clean it really good. And also you can use a product from 3M. It's an aerosol spray with a little tube, and it's great for getting all of the paint out of the nooks and crannies of the gun in a real easy way. So I'll put a link to that below. Okay, so now you get your spray equipment cleaned. Here's our product. It's all done. It looks great. I think it has the perfect finish, like I said before. I'm going to pan around. I'll show you all of these parts, the ones in the booth, and the chassis for the Imperial, and you can decide whether it's something that you like or don't like.
leave me a comment below. Do you think it's the right thing? Do you not? Do you have a different way of doing it? I'm always open to suggestions. There's always more than one way to do this type of work. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank you for tuning into my video. Please, if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It helps me. If you're going to do this project, I have a whole list of the items that you will need in the links below. If you're going to do the project, I just ask you that you use my links to purchase the products. It costs you no more, and it helps me out a little bit. And these videos do take a lot of time and effort to do. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Troy Kane. I'm with vtwins2vh.com. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. So thank you and good luck on your project.